Okay, hey everybody. So this is going to technically be a news video. I'm actually going to start calling these progress updates. We haven't really been scripting these, so kind of calling them news is kind of hard because, well, most of this isn't news, it's just progress updates. So the name progress update will start to be used from here on out until we finally get the official Built Broken channel running. Um, Other than that, last couple weeks, so I haven't done a video since I believe the 20th of January, so it's been, I want to say 3 weeks now. I apologize for not having content for you guys, not really having much of anything. Schoolwork piled up on me. I've been falling a little bit behind on my theoretics classes and my research and everything else. Other than that, ICBM Classic is basically done. I'm doing some of the final testing here today. I'll show you off what I have. All the models have been updated to object models here, and good timing here. It actually just finished loading. But so I got Morton to update all our object models. He's going to continue working on them, try to optimize them and improve them. One of the major things we were looking to do with the models is fix things like Z-fighting. Um, some of you may know that the performance isn't going to go up by a huge amount. Technique models actually do render slightly faster than objects, but only when they're handled correctly. Unfortunately, these Technique models were built with a lot of extra geometry in them that is hidden, which has been causing various issues with different things. So I got them converted to object models, so that way we can get rid of the extra geometry, we can get rid of Z-fighting, which for those who don't know what Z-fighting is, it's basically when two different faces of an object overlap each other, you see this flickering um, of the colors transitioning back and forth. It's actually really easy to fix. All you have to do is move the face just a little bit in the Technique model and it actually will adjust it. However, I wanted to go a step further and just have the models recreated. That way they look a lot nicer. And they inevitably do. So we actually have, I got a rejuvenation missile on my hand, which I'll drop here. As you can tell, it does actually look nice. The textures are basically the original textures with very slight modifications. You can actually see a little bit of Z-fighting on the bottom of this one. It's still a work in progress to getting them all updated. Right now, we've just got them converted to the new model format. Here over the next few weeks, probably after the initial ICBM Classic release, the Z-fighting will be solved. And on some of the later tier ones, they actually are solved. Let's get a couple launchers out here, and I'll go ahead and place all of them so I can show them off. Now, I still have to fix a lot of the scaling issues with these missiles, because of the fact that when they were converted to object models, they did not scale properly. Let's actually kill the rain too while I'm at it. Toggle downfall. Still got to get around to making a mod that will prevent rain from actually functioning. I think I can just change the biomes in here to be like deserts or something, but I don't really want to work on world generation code right now. I haven't really been working on most of the mods for the last couple weeks. When I got done with my schoolwork, I've been hitting up a StarMade server I've been running. Putting in a couple hours a day. That's about it. Let's see, so we got the conventional missile, shrapnel missile, looking pretty good. It looks like the conventional missile's head's a little wonky. Yeah, you can see that Z-fighting I'm talking about. So object models actually surprisingly don't solve Z-fighting perfectly, and I'm not actually even sure what's wrong with that head. I think this may be still using the Technique model as the conventional. I don't think it actually got updated. I know the Sonic missile, I'm still waiting for a model for it as well. I thought I had been given it, but I can't seem to find it in the folder. Of course, I have to go talk to my modeler about that. So let's go ahead and just fill my hotbar with all the green ones here. We'll do all the green ones in a row. Actually, I need to pull this one back out. Toss that one in there. There we go. Place that one, then this one, then that one. There we go. So we got all of the low tier ones there. As you can tell, there's some code still needs to be fixed, like some multi-block code isn't finished. If you break the multi-blocks, it doesn't break the center. That's another issue that I still have to resolve. So this was a complete transition of the old code to 1.7, so it's basically a mod port. Unfortunately with that, there's a lot of issues. I've been fixing several issues with the blast code just today, trying to get them to function perfectly. Here we go, we get all the tier 2s. I don't even know what's wrong with that one. I think some of these models have like been broken since 1.6. I know when we were doing the update back when I was still working for Cal Clavia, he had me go through and rewrite a lot of the code, and it broke a lot of the models. So unfortunately, a lot of it was in Chinese, and it's go like, you try to convert Chinese code to English, it doesn't always work over so well. 3, 4, 5. Wow, there's a lot of, okay, that's actually a tier 4 missile that's in my hand right there. Okay, so these are the tier 3s. Looks like they're scaling properly in the launcher. Now there is some scaling issues with them actually flying through the air. I plan to fix that. It took me a couple days just to get pretty much this stuff just running when it comes in general, but just to get the missiles flying through the air. As I can say, scaling issues. I don't even know what happened. That was this the yeah, it's the hypersonic. This is one I don't have the model for. So that's a Techni model you're looking at right there. And it looks like the scaling is completely borked on it. Unfortunately, that means I have to fix it. I think I still actually do have the model for this one. I think it actually got classified as a tier 2 instead of a 3, which means it's a real easy fix. But let's grab the tier 4s here. And what else we got here? We got a homing missile. Let's just go ahead and grab homing, anti-ballistic, cluster, and nuclear cluster. So these 4 ones are specialty ones. They're technically, they do have a tier, but they're classified as specials. At least that's what I was told when I was working on stuff. Unfortunately, when I got all the code for ICBM when it was given to me, I got 0 of the documentation that went with it. Not that I think there was even documentation to start with. But let's go ahead and place these. So the homing missile is a tracking missile, in case anybody's not familiar with that. Then we get the anti-ballistic, which shoots down missiles. Then here's the cluster, and then nuclear cluster. I'm not even sure the nuclear cluster even actually works, and it looks like it's missing some model pieces here, or something's wrong with it. You see we got these little half whatever things going on with the sides here. Cluster looks like it's doing okay. Unfortunately, I keep dropping here. I'm so used to playing Star Maid right now that your Q and E keys are used for going up and down. But here's all the missiles. So they all look good except for that one. A few of them got slight glitches with them, which will be fixed over here in the next few days. I'm probably going to make a release even with the glitched models, as long as they function properly, which we can actually test a few of them here. So get a rocket launcher out. I think the rocket launcher can only fire the green and the red ones right now. So we got a conventional one, can fire, oh, it's supposed to fire. There we go. That one works. I believe I fixed the shrapnel one recently. Yep, it works now. Actually, no, it was the cindery one that I fixed recently. There we go, that one works perfectly. That was a weird can place error, which has now been rectified. I actually need to apply that code to a few other of these missiles. A lot of these missiles use some pretty dated code. I mean, we're talking some of this code existed back in the 1.2.5 version, back when missiles used to look like arrows. Man, those are some ancient versions too. I still got the code for them too. Anvil still works. Now, none of this blast code has really been heavily modified, so what you're seeing is actually what the code is supposed to do. Some of the animations do need to be worked on, like I believe these were supposed to have some kind of animation, but it didn't port over. Let's see. Fragmentation works, a bit loud. I do plan to do a pass over on all the audio. I know there was a big complaint about the old versions, is that the audio was really obnoxious. A lot of the audio isn't playing right now because I still haven't ported the sounds over. So let's see, which one did I just do? I did the Contagion missile, so it's the Sonic is the next one. There we go, that one's working. Surprised how well that block code worked out. I rewrote something similar for the new version of ICBM recently, and it works about the same way. But I'm surprised that the old code I didn't have to do anything to it to make it work. So that's one of the few things I believe CalculaB's code is pretty good. That's a breaching one. That didn't really look like it breached very far. I think I'm going to rewrite that one. Because I know from the old versions, another complaint is that the breaching in the compact explosives really didn't do much of anything. Regen works pretty good. I actually fixed this one today. It was having an issue where it was crashing, depending on what you had installed. Thermobolic, let's see if this one actually works. Well, I can't tell what just happened there. Clearly, it path found properly, but it may have interfered with that region, so I'll fire it again. Yeah, it's working fine. So it's just the fact that the region missile is probably still running in that spot. Let's see if I can fire the nuclear. Okay, so I cannot fire the tier 3 and 4s out of the rocket launcher. I may fix this for creative mode just for testing here later. But from the looks of it, a lot of the explosives are still working. The radar station I think does work. The EMP tower I have yet to test, and same with the cruise launcher. Those are the two that actually still need to work. All the launchers work. All the control panels work here. The missile coordinator, I'm still not sure if I'm going to leave into the mod or not. I know this came from the 1.6.4 version, and some people actually did use it, but the thing's just an overglorified calculator. So I may pull it out, and then if people ask for it, I'll put it back in, just so that way I can get this update out the door. The plan is to try to finish it here by tomorrow. If I can't get it done by tomorrow, so that'd be Sunday here, the 12th of February. If I can't get it done, then what's going to happen is I'll release a beta alpha version. So it'll be marked as alpha, but it'll be on Curse, it'll be listed as a beta. That way you guys can download it and play with it and do whatever. We're currently actually uploading alpha versions right now automatically, so every time I make a build, every time I make a change of the code, our build servers are pushing alpha versions for almost every mod now. That's something that I guess I probably should list as a news thing, is that we're going to start doing this from now on. This was actually something I put up on my Patreon. If you guys ever got to a certain amount on the Patreon, I was going to do this, but because almost none of you guys are doing with the Patreon, I went ahead and did it anyways, because it's really beneficial to the rest of us that we get builds out to you guys as effectively as possible. Now, we have been listing builds. If I actually open up a page here. So how it's been for almost since I've started modding is we've had sites like this, which is right now run by DMod, where every single mod we build is listed up on here where you can download it freely. So you can pick, like, say, Cardboard Boxes, which is a mod that hasn't been released yet, and you can actually download and prototype play with the mod. There's everything in here. Now, some of the mods have been removed from here because of the fact we haven't been working on them. Occasionally this folder does get cleared out, but because we did this, we went ahead and on Curse, which if I go to a couple projects, I know for sure Volts Engine and ICBM Classic have been set up now to do the automated building. All the SMB mods are probably going to get automated building now too, because those are mods that only get updated maybe once a month. But if I go over here, I go to Files, see these files right here, these are automatically uploaded, and they're being automatically uploaded with the DOF jar. Now the DOF jar is for devs only, that if you guys want to go work on things, and there's also now a changelog system, which Curse has been nice to fix. We were uploading these, we had a few bugs with it. I'm happy that they went through and fixed it, but you can actually see what we've edited. If you click this, it'll actually open up GitHub, and you can see exactly what we did and change-wise if you guys are interested. Speaking of GitHub, I'm still looking for wiki editors. We have the wikis, they're set up. I don't remember if we've pushed them yet to the site. If they're not pushed to the site, I'm going to have DMod and a couple other people work on it to get them set up. But I'm looking for people to come in here and actually work on our wikis for us. We got the military base decor wiki. Really simple wiki. What I'm looking for in this one is literally just a page per block describing what the block is and how to craft it. There will be a plugin that will handle crafting here down the road, as well integration with other mods and sites. So we're going to be making a mod that runs on Minecraft that'll go through and it'll dump every item from every mod, how to craft them and kind of what they are, and those will be uploaded to the site for usage. Although we're going to probably have to ask permission from a few mods if we're allowed to use their assets and stuff. If we're not, we'll work around it somehow. But ICBM Wiki also needs worked on. Most likely I'm going to have to fill out a lot of these pages because I know most of you guys don't know how to use the mod, but it's actually here. We have pages and stuff for it. This is the page. I've explained how this works in other videos, so I'm not gonna waste the time. But other than this, there's not a lot really going on. I've started on a couple other projects here. There's a new tabletop game we're working on. That's not going to probably be released for months. I'll give you guys more videos on that later. Most likely those videos will be showing up on my game studio's website rather than on my channel. I'll give links to them here later. But other than that, see you guys later, and hopefully I'll have some more videos.